Hello everyone. Hello everyone. This is a story about us. It's about our daily choices. It's about our daily life. But this story has a twist. Every piece of plastic we choose or refuse has a story. As consumers, our everyday choices hold the power to change that story for the better. So let me ask you something. What kind of story do you want to be part of? Do we really want to leave them this legacy? Here's the good news. We don't have to. The power to change this grim future lies in our hands. But before we do, let's revisit the first R, refuse. We live in a world where we are constantly bombarded with marketing messages telling us we need the latest gadget or the newest fashion trend. But do we really need them? Reducing is about making conscious decisions about what we truly need and what we can do without. Recycling is a process that turns old or used materials into new objects. Most of us can easily recycle paper, plastic, glass, and metal. When it comes to recycling, it's essential to rinse and sort our materials properly. Where businesses compete not just on price and convenience, but also on their sustainability practices. Supporting plastic-free brands is about being part of this vision, about driving positive change in the market. So how can you support plastic-free brands effectively? Single-use plastics are designed for convenience, but that convenience comes at a cost to our planet. You can find amazing deals on gently used clothing and accessories. There are times when it might be the most convenient or cost-effective option. But here's the silver lining. Even small changes can make a big difference. For instance, if you can't say no to plastic bags, then try to reduce their use. Bring your own bags when you shop. And when you can't, recycle them properly. Those little steps add up. Who knows? You might score a unique treasure while reducing your carbon footprint. These items, which include things like plastic bags, cutlery, and disposable water bottles, end up in landfills, polluting the environment. Instead, we can opt for reusable alternatives like canvas bags, bamboo cutlery, and metal water bottles. Not only do these options reduce waste, but they also make a statement. It's in the choices we make every day, in the products we buy, in the brands we support. As consumers, we're not just shoppers, we're change makers. Every purchase is a chance to protect our planet. So ask yourself, what story do you want to be part of? Are you ready to choose wisely? Thank you. Each time we reach for a reusable item, we're sending a message to businesses that we're serious about reducing plastic consumption. This shift in mindset is key to driving change. By embracing reusable items, we can not only reduce plastic pollution, but also inspire others to do the same. Well, it starts with research. Take the time to understand the values and practices of the companies you support. Look for certifications or labels that indicate a commitment to sustainability and transparency. One great way to do this is by checking out websites like Ethical Consumer or Good On You. It's okay to stumble. What matters is getting back up and continuing to make conscious choices. And remember, you're not alone in this. There's a global community of individuals, businesses, and organizations all working toward the same goal, a healthier planet for all. These platforms provide valuable insights into a company's sustainability practices, making it easier for us to make informed choices. This ensures that the recycling process isn't hindered and that our efforts go further. Check with your local waste management service for specific guidelines on what can be recycled in your area. Remember, every recycled item is a win for the environment. You might be thinking, who cares about recycling? Well, recycling is super important. Choosing to support plastic-free brands is one of the most effective ways to combat plastic pollution. By opting for companies that prioritize sustainability, we send a strong message to the market. When we spend our money on environmentally friendly products and services, we show businesses that there's a growing demand for plastic-free alternatives. When we recycle, we save natural resources and reduce the amount of waste in landfills. For example, one aluminum can that's recycled saves enough energy to power a TV for 3 hours. Pretty cool, huh? So next time you're in the market for a new product or service, remember to consider its environmental impact. Support plastic-free brands and become part of the solution to plastic pollution. Plus, it reduces the need to dig for more oil, gas, and metals. So when we recycle, we help protect wildlife habitats and keep our air and water clean. It is about resisting the temptation of fast fashion or disposable electronics and investing in quality items that last. Remember, it's not about deprivation. It's about making smarter choices. Why is it so important? Well, imagine going to a grocery store and seeing those plastic bags being handed out like candy. Reuse is all about giving new life to items that many would consider trash. It's about creativity, resourcefulness, and a dash of DIY spirit. Instead of throwing away glass jars, why not clean them up and use them to store homemade goodies in the kitchen? Or how about those old t-shirts? Instead of discarding them, why not cut them up and use them as cleaning rags? Reuse isn't just about saving money. It's about conserving resources and reducing waste. It's about keeping items out of landfills and giving them a second chance. It's tempting to take them, but by doing so, we're perpetuating the cycle of plastic waste. Instead, why not refuse those plastic bags and bring our own reusable bags? When we say no to plastic, businesses take notice. When we refuse to accept plastic straws or cutlery, we send a clear message that we're not willing to compromise on quality and sustainability. By refusing unnecessary plastic, we're taking the first step towards a cleaner, greener future. It's about understanding where our purchases come from and what they represent. Take, for example, the plastic water bottle you reach for when you're thirsty. Did you know that producing one plastic bottle requires 17 million barrels of oil? That's enough to fill 65 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And if you throw that bottle away after just a few sips, it will likely end up in a landfill where it can take hundreds of years to decompose. Let's start with the problem. Plastic pollution is one of the biggest environmental threats we face, but also lessening the demand for oil, conserving resources, and lowering your carbon footprint. That's the power we have. The choices we make every day matter. They influence not just our own lives, but the lives of countless others and the health of our planet. It's about recognizing that we have the power to drive positive change. It's about understanding that our collective decisions as consumers can shape industries and economies. That's right. We are not just buyers. We are influencers. We can be the driving force behind a cleaner, greener future. Every year, millions of tons of plastic waste end up in landfills, oceans, and even our food. Packaging and single-use products are the worst culprits. They often end up in landfills or worse, releasing toxic fumes into the air we breathe. Imagine a future where our children inherit a world choked by plastic, where the very air they breathe is tainted by plastic particles. Enter the consumer revolution. Now, what's that? Well, it's all about us, the consumers. But how exactly can we do this? Well, it starts with making conscious choices every day. But here's where the consumer revolution comes in. By choosing to carry a reusable water bottle instead, you're not only reducing plastic waste. Now let's talk about the next R in our journey to conquer plastic pollution: reduce. But wait, there's more. It's about reducing our consumption. Now let's dive into the third R, reuse. Alright, now let's discuss the fourth R, recycle. You might be wondering, what can I recycle? Well, it's easier than you think. Next, let's talk about supporting plastic-free brands. Imagine a world where every product we use, every service we engage in, is mindful of the environment. But it doesn't stop there. Engaging with these brands, providing feedback, and asking questions can also make a significant impact. Another crucial aspect of the consumer revolution is to say no to single-use plastics. And here's a pro tip. Check out thrift stores and garage sales. Now, I know that sometimes it's hard to avoid plastic completely. This journey is about progress, not perfection. So my friends, the power to change the plastic narrative is in our hands.